We still haven't got that addressed yet. I still want to say that the connection to Crow drinking is to subdue his semblance, which is bad luck.
I think it's to subdue his bad memories. You know,
I mean,
that'd be the more obvious.
Two birds with one stone, you know?
Yeah. Two crows with one stone.
Crow and
That was horrible.
Inconceivable!
Hello and welcome to Inconceivable. I'm William.
I'm Wesley.
I'm Alex.
And today we are bringing you our first episode of what we're calling Inconceivable's Spoiler Cast. And
Spoilers.
yeah,
There'll be spoilers.
you will never have to worry about not giving spoilers out again because it's in the episode title. So,
Episode title.
spoilers.
That clap is trademarked.
Speaking of the episode title, if you haven't guessed what this episode is about already, it is about RWBY Volume 6.
It might be in the title.
It probably will be in the
After
title.
the fact.
In case you haven't noticed.
That's the joke.
Okay.
I know it doesn't exist yet because we're in the process, but
It's like
Speaking of
saying
things in the
spoilers, by the
future.
way, with something that says spoilers on the title.
it's like,
Yes.
should I say the joke's going over your head? But I mean, like, I guess it's like you wouldn't... You're not smart enough
Nothing
for
goes
this.
over my head. I
We're
would
being
catch
obvious.
But yeah, so Volume 6 just today went fully public. So now the entire season is available to watch on roosterteeth.com.
Also happens to be the day that I finally finished watching it,
Yeah, you chose the right day to catch up.
apparently.
So, but yeah, so this has been going on since October is when they started Volume 6.
I want to say October.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
should probably look
seems
that up.
like it went by, because like we just finished it and I asked the question, I was like, was that short? Like, is that a shorter season?
wasn't, though.
I feel like they didn't get a lot done, but it would, like, it's been going on for a lot longer than I thought it has, so I just forgot a lot.
I'd say there's less episodes, but they're longer.
Yeah, but it was still
No,
longer
even
than
then I would disagree because the length of it going to February feels right. Because I remember it always ending around Katsucon.
Were like the first 2 episodes involving the Ozpin stuff?
No, those are the first few.
Like the first couple.
The first 2 don't even have really much Ozpin talk as at all. Remember they had the train ride sequence?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
No, Ozpin, they led up to the whole Ozpin thing in the second episode, but it wasn't until the third episode when they
And then-
dove into
and then
all
the
the
fourth
Ozpin.
one.
Yeah.
Too, right? I
Yep.
don't remember.
The fourth one was
Yeah.
where all the girls were annoyed at Ozpin because of that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he
Everybody
gets
hates
punched
him
in the
now.
face by Crow. Or technically,
Poor Oscar.
Oscar, like he has to deal with all of that. Like he didn't ask to
Yeah.
be, the vessel for a several thousand-year-old guy. Like that's weird.
I know, they're all taking it out on him like he had to, and they all felt bad. Dude, Oscar is so chill. Volume 6 did a lot of things right, but one thing that did right is that it made me love Oscar, because I was not sold on him until this season, and I gotta say, like, the whole thing, like, where they thought he ran away and they were all looking for him, and he's like, oh, I was just chilling, getting a new outfit. Where you guys been? I've been cooking food. It's like, he's too pure for them.
I was
They don't
just
deserve
shopping.
him.
What were you guys?
Yeah. I was like, oh no. So,
Does he have a phone? Does he have a scroll thing? They could have just called him, right?
wasn't it like inactive or something like that? I felt like
only,
they had that.
only in like far long distance, but within cities, I think it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were able to call RWBY when Team Junior got to
True.
not Atlas. What's the name of the city again?
Argus.
Argus. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, funny enough that you mentioned that, I was just thinking as Wesley was finishing up the finale, that, this season was supposed to... Oh, well, not supposed to. We thought that this season was going to be the season that's in Atlas, but we actually haven't gotten to Atlas yet.
That's why I felt like they hadn't accomplished anything.
Yeah.
It was because I expected them
But they
to
didn't.
do that, and they didn't.
But I wasn't let down.
No, they still
That's
end
something
up
that
there.
bothers me so much with the last couple seasons. It's like, Volume 4, we're traveling, and then we finally get to a place, but it's not the place that we have to be, so we're traveling again in the next season. I'm just like, stay somewhere, please?
But so many shows do that. You can't put that on them as bad quality.
I still, it might just be that the show has intentionally shifted pace, but it still seems like they're picking things up from season 3. Like, it still feels like they're picking up the rubble.
Speaking of season 3, this is the best season since season 3. I would say without a doubt.
Yeah.
I feel like Rooster Teeth is definitely finding a new stride here with this season.
And, like, it looks so cinematic.
It's so...
Like, they've really polished the animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And this is the first, and here's the real difference maker here. This is the first time that I've been excited for new RWBY episodes, not simply because of a cliffhanger, just simply because I wanted another episode.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes were so hype. It plateaued. I don't think it ever like dipped down where it's like, oh, RWBY's boring again. It was just like,
It was slow when they're in that village place.
yeah,
I'd say.
but it was still intriguing. It wasn't like, I didn't like that episode, you know? It just was like there wasn't as much action going on, sure, whatever. But overall, season 6, I would say top 3 seasons of RWBY for me.
Season 3 is still my favorite.
I think season 3 is my favorite, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And I want to say that this is number 2. Honestly, it's hard. I haven't seen season 1 and 2 in such a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. But this one, it does such a good job of recapturing the humor of what RWBY was built on, and just the funny characteristics of the characters playing off of each other. You know, we finally got that back again in a very natural way. You know, we saw it in moments in season 5, but it was almost like
It's like they're trying to get back into the swing of things.
yeah,
maybe.
it was almost cynical. Like they were using it as a way to like, oh yeah, you're gonna have this happy moment before it all gets bad again. You know, just,
Yeah, that's true.
So, but this was like, no, like things are like looking up. You know,
I mean, besides the whole Ozma and Salem thing, that's kind of the downer.
which, by the way, I freaking love that whole lore explanation of Ozma. Mm-hmm. Thought it was totally
feel sorry
fascinating.
for Ozma. Where the scene where like the other brother is like raising him to life, and the other one's killing him, raising him to life, killing him. I was like, poor guy. That must be
kind of funny though.
I know, it's like let him be.
Yeah.
The poor dude. Oh my gosh.
Just let him die.
He's just like increasingly horrified as he's brought back.
I
every time.
can ask, what are you guys doing to me?
Yeah, I feel like he suffered the most, ironically. And the whole explanation of Salem, brilliant. I love it. Brilliant.
But like, also, I'm a little tired of her. Like, it looks by the end of this season, it looks like we're finally going to get her really involved.
Yeah.
I'm glad because I'm like really sick of her being like the foreboding presence.
To be
of
I
fair,
think
that's literally Thanos. This is for like 10 movies.
yeah, like Thanos is. I'm sorry,
I'll
Thanos is
do it
much
myself.
more interesting.
3 years later.
Well, the thing is that, you know, we've had other villains to keep us occupied. We've had Rodent.
Cinder?
No. We had Tortrick. Which
Oh, yeah.
Tortrick, by the way, totally confirmed dead now. If that wasn't, you know, any without a doubt, if people were still wondering, is he alive? No, he's dead. And not only is he dead, but Neo is out for vengeance, which I think is awesome. And Neo has teamed up with none other than Cinder, who is not dead, which I called.
We all called that. What are you talking about? She was frozen and fell down.
I wasn't saying that you guys didn't say it also, but there was a lot of people in the community saying that, oh, she did. Like,
No,
no.
everyone will say something or other, but it's literally, okay, if you don't see the body broken and it just falls into darkness, then yeah, the person's alive.
Ozma's girlfriend.
Ozma's
Ozma's girlfriend. Salem. Yeah. I'm
She freaking Salem dropped.
I'm blanking on all the names. I've been calling. Oh my word. I've been calling Yang Blondie for like 3 weeks.
Come on, you can't
I
remember
can't
Yang.
remember names.
Goldilocks.
Anyway, Salem. I was going somewhere with this. Hold
Girlfriend.
Something to do with origin story with Ozma.
Ozpin.
on. What season was she introduced in? End of season
End of
3.
3.
Was
Yeah,
it?
end of
Yeah.
3.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Where
Yeah.
she
So it's
talked
been a
about-
while.
Yeah, where she talked about, I can't wait to see you fail Ozpin or something at the
Because
end.
there's a whole like narration scene where it's like there's this lady narrating with the scene, and then you find out, oh, it's like the voice of a battered chick, you know?
Yeah, well, we're watching it. Well, we don't. You're just hearing the voice, and we're all just like, "Hey, that's Cortana from Halo. What's she doing here?" You know,
Wait, what?
that's Cortana from Halo.
Really?
Yes, you didn't know that?
No way.
3 seasons, and you didn't know that.
No.
you didn't hear it in her voice.
No. That's cool though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The more you know.
I mean,
I think I might have
she's
appreciated
not
some
blue
things
in this one.
better knowing that. But oh well.
I really like that whole origin story. I like the whole explanation of how they got there. They explained a lot of things, and I think that goes to show that what they changed in this season is that they started explaining more than they brought up questions.
Yeah.
There was still questions being brought up, but there was more answers than questions for once, and we haven't seen that in the past few seasons. It was more questions than answers.
Yeah.
You get an answer, and it'd be like 3 more questions, immediately following that answer.
I had been waiting for them to address like what exactly is magic, where it came from, and how dust factors into it, because it had been really vague like up until this point. So,
Magic.
I know. I was like,
now we have a very clear understanding of how that all works.
And I'm like, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And I like it.
Yeah.
So, very, very good stuff. It made me. Oh, it confirmed what I've been talking about for a long time about Osmond being a regenerating character.
Yeah, we were all coming in on that. Like, we were all like the more,
And
I mean, we already knew that by Volume 4, though.
Did we though? No, I don't think
we
when
didn't,
he went into Oscar's brain,
we didn't know exactly like the method, like what was going on.
Right, and we don't know if Oscar was the first one.
I think we.
we had an idea because when Pyrrha asked him, or said to him, "You can't be that old," and he just like looks can be deceiving or whatever he said. I don't remember exactly.
Well,
It was like
definitely the three of us have been thinking that for a while.
Yeah,
but yeah,
for sure. Yeah, we've talked about it on here for a while.
I feel like it's gonna be really like. I hope it's not too weird when Oscar meets Salem. I hope that's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's interesting.
It's gonna be weird for him to be like, yeah, I was kind of married.
I don't
want to
be.
I was kind of married to you,
but I'm 14 now, so this is weird.
What's interesting is that the last episode that we see that Ozpin, I guess I don't know what they call it, Ozma or Osmond.
Ozpin.
We'll go with Osmond for now. Osmond was gone for a while, but then he came back for a second to help out with Oscar landing the plane. And so I'm wondering if this is part of. I don't think this is him abandoning Oscar. I think this is part of whatever process that happens when he. Like,
I think it slowly becomes
right, because I've been wondering,
because then it'll be Oscar bugging the next one if there is a next one. You know
that's
what I mean?
what I'm wondering is that if Oscar becomes a new voice or Ozpin takes over the original voice, and we have that's one thing that wasn't really made clear in that whole process.
This makes the most sense to me. I think it's like the previous identity like slowly melds into the new one, but it's the new one that stays dominant. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it passes kind of on like a torch, like passing the torch. Yeah.
Patching the torch wick.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Oh, speaking.
Clever.
Yeah. Speaking of deaths, we had that flashback sequence with RWBY taking down that Goliath. Not Goliath. Godzilla type. Grimm, which was awesome, and that whole scene, I loved it. And then when she had that flashback sequence, we saw Penny, we saw Mira. I like that they officially acknowledged Penny this time, because they've been acknowledging Pierre for a while now, but Penny was banging out, whatever. But no, she's important too, and that's cool to see that. And just all the other like classic feel-good moments from RWBY being kind of recaptured in that sequence. It was so touching.
It gets even more bitter every season that goes by, and Pierre is still dead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just don't believe that they'll that they'll actually kill a character, and so it just gets even worse every season when it's real.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
I mean, with this one, what was that? Her mother, her sister, maybe like who came and saw Jean, and there was
something like that. Someone that was definitely related.
Someone
to her.
who, related. She looked almost exactly like her. But man, that was rough to watch.
It's rough for me. It's so hard.
And I still I know it's not really important, but I'm wondering where did she go after that? Because what was it? Nora and Ren were literally coming back to Jean, and they didn't see her. And he looks away for a second, looks back. Where did she just disappear? Was she there the entire time?
Yeah.
Did she hide behind the statue? What'd she do?
It just makes me really sad because we now have as many seasons without her as we had with her, and it's hard for me because I keep trying to pick a new favorite character, and I keep talking about who my new favorite character might be, but nobody stands out to me.
Nobody's pure like Pyrrha.
I know, nobody was like Pyrrha was.
I will say that my love for RWBY has gone up way more this season because she's actually been getting plot development, and I was just thinking this may be done on purpose because they know that RWBY is going to be the main focus towards the end of this series as a whole, and they wanted to give time for Blake, Yang, and Weiss some plot development before she took center stage, because before this, RWBY was just this pretty happy-go-lucky,
she's mature to watch.
no worries kind of girl. Yeah, she's mature. She's very emotional, emotionally mature as well, not just emotional,
Yeah.
And I think it's really done effectively because when you see her be serious you're just like you're like gripping your seat is like, oh, like this means business, because like RWBY, like this is not her default, you know. When that first time that we saw her have like one of those oh crap moments was at the end of last season, where was it Weiss asked if RWBY if she was okay, and she was like, no. Well, how was she saying? She's like, no.
I'm still seeing things from like the adult's perspective, like when one of the adults goes like to like stop her or to say something, and she's like, no, like trust me. I'm like, I'm seeing it from the adult's perspective. I'm like, I don't know if I can yet. Like as the audience.
Well,
like,
I think it literally wasn't, because RWBY said that to Crow several times during the season, and I don't think it was till the very end, and he was like, okay, fine. You know, like literally, what I mean at the end, I mean at the end and when they're on the ship to Atlas, because I feel like every time he came a little bit more trusting, he had more reason to worry, because there's like, the last time that he's like, okay, fine, do your thing. She dives into a cannon barrel and stares down that Godzilla Grim, and just like, what are you doing to me? I try to trust you, and this is what you do to me. No wonder why I have a drinking problem.
I was literally thinking that.
Okay.
We still haven't got that addressed yet. I still want to say that the connection to Crow drinking is to subdue his semblance, which is bad luck.
I think it's to subdue his bad memories. You know,
I mean,
that'd be the more obvious.
Two birds with one stone. You know,
two crows with one stone.
Crow and
that was horrible.
Also, if it wasn't obvious before, Salem obviously is based off of the Wicked Witch, because at the very end credit scene, we see the flying monkeys.
Oh my word! I didn't make that connection until just now.
I didn't think about the Wicked Witch, but I was watching. I'm like, the flying monkeys.
Only they're like way more epic than the flying monkeys. They're like flying apes.
Which as soon as we saw the relationship of Ozma and Salem, it should have been obvious, because we already knew that Ozpin resembles
the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the Wizard of Oz. So it's only fitting that Salem is the Wicked Witch.
He gives fake gifts to people all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he gave Crow power, but that's kind of a curse, and Raven.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Wait, who did? Ozpin?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Like back when they were in the school.
They talked about it. They didn't show it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
Don't worry. It wasn't like a scene that you're making.
All right. I'm like,
and then in this one scene, Ozpin used his powers.
Yeah. Oh, and then Pyrrha came back to life.
No.
But it was only a small scene. So
it was a small scene where they were talking, and then he was explaining vaguely about some things, and that was part of the more frustrating parts of season 4 or 5. See, this is the thing.
Season 5 was where Raven talked about it, I think.
That's right. Season 4 and 5 kind of blend together for me, because not enough.
Season 5 was definitely better than season 4.
Yeah.
Yes, but not a whole lot. Because season 6 was a whole lot better than season 5.
I don't know.
I think so.
I really liked. I'm really happy with how Weiss is turning out.
What happened in season 5?
No, I'm saying good stuff did come out of season. I'm not saying that it's a bad season, but compared to the rest of it,
what happened in season 5?
We had a lot of development with
I remember that.
With the White Fang.
Yeah, they went to the thing.
Oh yeah,
White Fang was a big topic.
Okay, I remember.
They went to the school and
I remember right now.
They Yang fought her mom.
Season 5 was way better than season 4, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, season 4 was traveling.
But even then, nobody was saying that season 5 brought it back to RWBY's original hype, and I feel like this is the first season that can make that argument.
I know a lot of people were giving up. Yeah, I know a lot of people were giving up hope for RWBY after season 5. They were just saying like, I'm not interested. I'm not invested in the characters. The fighting isn't that great. And then first episode, volume 6.
The fighting is way better in this season, I gotta say.
It took me some time to warm up to it, because like I still thought it was kind of cheesy, in like the first 2 episodes. No, but then like especially that fight with like Adam and stuff, I was like, so good.
I really liked his fighting style. I was like, that's cool. I liked the visuals for it, because it basically goes from color to just black and red, and it's like he's powering up basically. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
New characters this season. I don't want to say that Salem is a new character, but we learn about just how Ozma is technically a new character, but but then just that whole
Maz Kanata.
What?
Maz Kanata, old lady.
Who is the Grim Reaper? That was really cool.
Her name's not Maz Kanata.
Probably one of my favorite scenes in that series
is that her last name?
was when she was fighting the crocodile huntress there. with the whole reference to Peter Pan. Because she was the
and she
crocodile.
lost her eyes.
Was that the
girl
flashback?
Literally cut her eyes.
Yeah, when you see the Grim Reaper reenacting how she lost her eyes, remember the person that she's facing? She was the crocodile.
the timer?
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's totally the crocodile. That's not any crocodile. That's the crocodile from
Peter Pan.
I didn't
Pan.
make that connection.
I told you.
You did not.
Yes, I
You did not. Because I would have really loved that.
You're disappointed that you didn't remember.
Yeah, because I love Peter Pan.
Does that mean Captain Hook is going to show up? Because that'd be
I would
cool.
love that.
They need to.
I personally love
really.
that.
Okay. Rooster Teeth, hear me out. You really need to start introducing more interesting characters that like take their origins from fairy tales. We haven't had any. Like
we have. They all are.
Who? Like, but who? What new ones that are like interesting?
Okay, so what is the Grim Reaper? Like, what is she based? Is she just based off of like
the Grim Reaper?
Yeah, it's like it's like kind of just a self-explanatory.
But like, give me like.
What is Oscar? Who is Oscar based off of?
I don't know. Isn't he
Farmer
still?
Boy.
Isn't he still Oz? Like the Wizard of Oz? Like I don't feel like he's.
falls
I don't.
into that
I don't
category.
feel like he's really a different
Right.
character in that respect. But like, give us like actually Peter Pan or something, or like a character based off Captain Hook, or maybe a character based off the Beast.
So you want more mainstream ones? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, or like just anything, because like I don't feel like they've introduced a whole lot of like new characters that stick around or become part of the group or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, you got to think about like what fairy tales that they're going to pull it from because they already.
Wait, sorry, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
What's the monkey guy's name?
Son?
Son?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I learned a cool thing this week, or last week. You know the character Wukong from League of Legends?
Yeah.
There's a character in like, I think it's Japanese or Chinese. It's like an Eastern mythology, definitely. Of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Like the full name is Sun Wukong. So they took. I made like I thought it was cool. I made the connection.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry.
have anything else to say.
Oh, okay. I love the Monkey King.
We didn't have a ton of. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting the best new characters, which is clearly the two guards from.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When they came back on screen, I was so happy. I was like, yes, they're back.
Yeah. That was one of the true like moments of humor in the season for me, was those guards.
And the what's her face, the small Edna mode like lady.
Oh my word. Yeah.
Saying it's Edna mode if she took up a
Atlas!
Yeah.
She's just like obsessed with
The glory of Atlas.
Yeah.
That was great though. I thought she was a
Eye
great.
twitch and everything.
Yeah. I loved her relationship with the Grim Reaper. That was kind of nice, a nice way to introduce that new character as like a lead-in with the other new character. You know, it made you quickly want to know more about them and their history and past. And I thought that was great. I really enjoyed both those characters. Yeah. I think that's all we had for it. No new villains. No, technically that one in the Grim Reaper sequence.
Yeah.
But she did.
But she did.
The development for Mercury and Emerald, though, that looks like it could be going some different and interesting places.
No one was really clamoring for. People were definitely asking for some more background on those two. And I think that their relationship became much more complex, and we see them being a lot less certain about whether, because they were basically in it with Cinder. Now Cinder isn't with them anymore. They actually, I don't think they think Cinder's alive at the moment.
No, they know. Salem told them that Cinder's
Oh, okay.
alive. But one of the things that I found especially interesting was that they actually talked about Mercury's backstory and like why he didn't have his semblance, because it was taken from him from his dad, and he's basically like a broken dude, and he had to like fight his way to survive for his entire life. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and I'm glad they gave a little more backstory to characters who we've literally basically just seen in the background for the most part for the last couple seasons.
I think they've done a good, because they expanded their characters so rapidly that then people like were attached to them because they looked really cool and they had cool powers. But then as, you know, the time went on, it's like, okay, but what's their backstory? You know, so, and I feel like we're finally starting to fill in the gaps here. And like I said, overall, this season was so much more about answers than any other past season. And it was really, really rewarding to watch. You know, you finally felt like you were really being rewarded for sticking with it.
Is there a school in Atlas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I hope with the introduction of that school, we get some new, like, cool huntresses and huntsmen and stuff like that.
That would be cool.
That would make me happy.
Oh, I also loved Jean's family. That was great. when they went to Argus and they saw his whole family there.
No,
Oh, yeah.
just saw his sister there. They saw his
Yeah,
sister, but there's a picture.
But then
of
we
his
kind of
family.
like saw. Like,
Oh
the whole-
yeah, they show the picture and you
Yeah.
get like the whole like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
have
pretty great.
pigtails in that picture? He might have, right?
I'm not sure.
Because I know that they would braid his hair and stuff.
I think it's so funny. It makes so much sense that John would have a bunch of sisters. To be honest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
There was a Camp reference in that picture, by the way, because there was a
Really?
kid dressed up like David from Camp.
Mm-hmm.
And those who do not know, the same voice actor who plays Jean plays the main character in Camp.
Main-ish character.
Yeah. Also, speaking of that whole part when they were talking about his family, when they were looking for Oscar, they had that scene with Pyrrha's statue, and we had that mystery person come up. We don't know who it is.
We were just talking about that a few minutes ago. Was it her?
The person
mom
who's
or-
definitely related to her.
Yeah.
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 We just don't like.
We don't know who that is.
Yeah, definitely related, but we
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm willing to say, I don't know, because did she look the same age as Pyrrha or like older?
I think
It's
she
kind
Or-
of hard to
I
say
thought
when
she
you
looked a
watch
little
the
older.
show because people can look any age,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, like
And
who
she's got
knows?
short hair, which can like make you seem either like more older than you are. So there's also potential for her being just the same. Like I was just thinking, it's either sister. I don't think it's a mom.
No,
I didn't give off that mom vibe, but
it's a cool aunt.
Maybe it's her cousin. Her identical cousin.
identical.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Riddle me that
But
one.
I would like to see her return and almost like taking Pyrrha's like torch, if you will.
She's the new Pyrrha.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Still not.
I don't think
as
she's
good
an
as the
actual
last one.
fighter, though.
Yeah.
Never know.
And I don't think she can control poles either.
Yeah, that's true. Because she was like magnetism, right?
Yeah, polarity,
Yeah,
poles.
she was the Magneto of RWBY.
She was so cool. She was so cool. Give me more like Greek mythology inspired characters. Because that was one of the many things that was like that's why Pyrrha's my favorite. The Greek mythology reference, her semblance was really cool. Like
Well, we know now.
she was like super noble, like
Yeah,
and she was mature and like it came naturally. I don't know. She's a great character.
She's
Why you gotta
graceful.
do me like that?
we know for sure now that Volume 7 we are officially going to be an Atlas.
Yes.
So what do you think we can expect from that?
I don't know. Lots
I
of
hope
things.
that those two guards transfer to Atlas so we can see more of them.
I've kind of forgotten what they're doing. What are they doing?
They're bringing the relic.
Oh yeah, and it's got one question left.
Yeah,
But why? Like, what are they gonna use the question for?
don't know. They don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't really know what they're doing at this point because they
Yeah,
heard that they can't defeat or
They're just
technically they
following
heard
what
that-
Osmond said, which is what they need to take it to Atlas.
Well, they
Yeah.
technically heard that Ozpin can't defeat Salem, not that anybody else couldn't.
right.
But we'll see what happens. I think they kind
Yeah.
of translated that to, oh, well, nobody can,
I thought it was made pretty clear that no one can defeat her. You have to like turn her good again or something.
That's what
like
I was
that.
thinking.
Yeah.
power of love and friendship.
Power of love and friendship. Yeah. This is getting this is getting so Kingdom Hearts.
I also
Like
think
it's getting
that,
such a love, friendship, darkness.
I think it's so
That's
related.
literally anime, though.
Oh my.
I think it's Ruby obviously has something to do with ending it because she's got the whole silver eyes thing.
I mean, she is the main character, so
No, I know,
I'd be
but I
surprised
feel
if
like-
she didn't.
The show's named after her. Well, not really, but
Wooby,
Yeah, it is.
Ruby. Yeah.
It is and isn't.
Ruby.
Rubber baby.
Ruby.
So yeah, really enjoyed this season. Lots of really great things, and next season comes out sometime this fall, and I'm actually really looking forward to
I
it.
don't know if it's actually coming out this
Really?
fall. I don't know for sure, but I heard somebody keep saying that was going to be an entire year.
Oh, okay.
I might have to look it up.
Which I wouldn't mind because not many shows can say they've only got like a 6-month off season. So, yeah, I think that's how they make up for the fact that their episodes aren't always a half hour long.
Yeah.
And they're, I mean, they've
And
got.
besides, they can distract people with like Genlock and stuff right now.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. We are doing a spoiler cast when Genlock is finished because I'm starting that show and I freaking love it so far. I'm really impressed with how they're doing this. So, yeah.
Okay.
Nothing's coming up.
You made it up. But I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, that seems like it wouldn't be the worst idea.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
but anyways, thanks for joining us on this episode of Inconceivable Spoiler Cast. We hope you enjoyed RWBY. We hope you enjoyed our show, and we'll see you next time.
Stay kind, geeks.
Inconceivable! Inconceivable! Inconceivable!